Hi, this is my video on the Mpow iSnap X1. Now this is what I call a selfie stick tripod. So it is a selfie stick that doubles up as a tripod, which has a tripod type base, so you can freestand this. Now this is another selfie stick out of the Mpow range of the iSnap range. They have the iSnap Y and the iSnap X ranges. So this is one of them. Now the unique thing with this particular selfie stick is it has a built-in light at the top, and as I says, it has a tripod base, and it has a removable shutter button which has its housing built into the handle. Right, we'll go around the box. We have a picture of the unit itself, the words Mpow, and it says here dream, explore and inspire. We have the actual model number, which is the PA168A. On the side here, just a description of the company, the email address, support, etc. on the side, and the model number again. On the back here we have the instructions, how to pair the iSnap to your phone, how to use the light, how to angle this particular tripod selfie stick. Can go in a landscape mode, and also a portrait mode. And then it shows you here how to lock the feet in position when you extend the feet out, and how to use the shutter button. So that's the user's guide, which is written on the back. On the side here we have the specifications, and I'll read them because they're quite fine, and I don't know if my camera's picked them up. We have here wireless signal, Mpow iSnap X1. Battery capacity is a 55 milliamp. Charge voltage is 4.2 volts. Charge time is 0.5 H, which is, I would say, roughly an hour's charging time to charge this fully up, to charge the actual shutter button and the light to full capacity. And it states here the length is just under 7 inches and it extends just over 31 inches. Then we have a charge light, which is red when it's charging, and then it goes full charge, light turns off. And that's what we got on there. And that's what we got for the outside of the box. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like. This is what you get in the box. We get a card here which states that it must be charged with a 5-volt adapter and not a fast charger, otherwise it will cause either the light or the shutter button to overheat. So you get that card in there, that warning card. We get a liquid card from Mpow, which basically states thanks for buying the product. If you have any problems, there are a number to ring for their helpline, etc. So that's what that card is about. And then we have a short USB to micro USB cable here, and that is to charge the light and to charge the shutter button. And file that over there. And now we have the actual unit itself. And as you can see here, even though I left the sticker on there, I'll take that off, because we have a sticker on there, and I'll take that off. Try and peel that off for you. That's my fault, I left that on there. We have the light here at the top, and we have the phone mount, and then we have the handle here which has the shutter button here, and the shutter button can be removed takes a bit of trick, but you can remove it, slides out, and we have the shutter button here. And as you can see, it has a micro USB port here to charge it. So it takes an hour to charge. So we have that there, and we have a micro USB port on the side here to charge the light. We have the button on that side for the light, and how you operate the light is simply by pressing, double press, the light is on. Press again, it gets brighter still, and then it's off. So that's what we have. And now I'm going to show you how it looks with the phone in there and all set up. Right, just before I show you the iSnap, I'm going to show you the remote shutter. Now on the remote shutter, I'll try and get it in focus. It's going to be a bit hard. You open up, whether you got an iPhone or an Android phone or a Samsung phone, whether you're running iOS or Android, you go to the settings, you switch on this remote by pressing down on the camera button here to when the blue light flashes. You go to settings, then you go to Bluetooth, and it will come up as Mpow iSnap 1X. That will come up here. Now with Android phones, you'll have to make sure that when you're scanning for Bluetooth devices, your phone is visible to Bluetooth devices. That would probably be up here somewhere. I'm not quite sure with Android, but you'll have to look for that. And then you'll see it, it'll come up as Mpow iSnap X1. What you do is then press on it, same with Android, press on it and it will connect. If it asks for a pair code, just put 4 zeros in, or 1 2 3 4, and it will pair up. So that's how you'd pair the shutter button with your phone. As simple as that. Now I've extended the iSnap here. I'll call it the X1. I've extended the X1. Now the overall dimension of this, it states that it is 31 inches. Now it is 31 inches from the top here to the bottom. Now when I measure for selfie sticks, I don't measure this. I don't take that measurement into consideration. I measure between the actual length of the stem. The reason why I measure the length of the stem, because your hand is going to be on the handle and takes up at least 4 inches of that, so you're losing that anyway. So I actually go by the actual stem. So between the stems here, it is almost 21 inches long. So it's almost 21 inches long between these 2 points. Now I'll go into the stem some more. It is a silver stem, and it opens a bit like the old car aerials, whereby you just extend it out and friction keeps it extended like that. It has a seam down the middle for strength in there, which I like, because certain ones don't have that seam, so you get strength with that seam. I'll close it in. The handle part here, as you can see here, is all right, but there is no grip on it. It's just plastic, and it just feels plastic, which I don't like. I don't like that. I'd rather if they put a layer of rubber on there, or some rubber dimples on there, or stuff like that, some sort of rubber gripping on there would have made it better. At the bottom, it does have a 1/4 inch thread screw there, so you can put it onto tripod legs. Even though it has got built-in tripod legs, you can put it on even bigger tripod legs if you need to, and I suggest you put them on wider or longer tripod legs if you're taking this outside, because I do notice with these it has the legs are quite thin and they're not that long. We have a cradle here for your, as you can see, for the shutter button here, which is quite good, and it's flows into the handle, no problem. Now, the actual mount at the top, before I go into the light, can be in landscape like this, or you can turn it, and it can be in portrait, which is great because not many tripod selfie sticks do that at all, and not many selfie sticks do that in general. You normally have to turn the whole stick, so if you've got it out, you normally have to turn it to get a portrait position, so that's quite great. Another thing I noticed with this is here. Now, you can put a action camera on here because there is a 1/4 inch thread also built into this at the top, so you can actually put an action camera on there, and I'll show you what it looks like with an action camera. Now, as you can see, I have got a GoPro on there, so you can fit a GoPro on there. The only disadvantage what I found is the screw length that they provide you with to put a GoPro mount, because you have to get the GoPro mount similar to that. As you can see, you have to get this kind of GoPro mount. Because they give you quite a lot of screw thread, there is a bit of a gap, which then makes the GoPro, as you can see, very wobbly at the top. So you might have to put a couple of washers. I suggest you get a thick rubber washer, a small thick rubber washer to place in there, and that will be all right. But you can place, as I says, a GoPro on there, no problem, and still have the phone mount on there. So that is very, very good. I'll give it that for Mpow with the iSnap, with the X1. Now, another thing which I do like with this X1 is on here, the pivoting point here for your, or the connection point for your phone mount has got an actual thumb screw on there, which is great, because I noticed with some of these selfie sticks there is a screw, and let's face it, not everybody walks around with a screwdriver, with a particular screwdriver, small screwdriver, and not everybody walks around with something like a Leatherman or even a Swiss Army knife, so with all their multiple attachments. So not everybody walks around with that. So when this starts to loosen up on top, you're quite stuffed. So at least with the Mpow iSnap X1, you get a thumb screw there, which you can tighten. So if this becomes loose, you can re-tighten it back, so that's great. Another thing I like is the lighting on top. Now, I have been asked on a previous video on another selfie stick tripod about a light on top. Why didn't I show in the video pictures of when you use the light? Now, the reason why I don't do that, this light is actually on, believe it or not, but because the lighting gear that I have for these videos is quite bright, it really diminishes this light. But this light, as I said, it is quite bright. I'll try and bring it up again. As you can see, it is quite bright. So really, for me showing you a picture with this light in use, the photograph when I use this light there's no, to me, it's no point showing that. But take it from me, it is a bright light. When you do get this and order this from Amazon, you can test it out yourself, and you can see for yourself that it is quite a bright light. Even on the other ones, other manufacturers that make tripod selfie sticks with a light on, they are quite bright. So take it from me. And I'm going to show you now with the legs extended. Oh, just before I show you that, when you extended the legs, they come down like so. So if I pull them down, they come down like so. And there's a switch here at the back which you pull across, sorry, and it will lock the legs in. Like what I said to you, if I was you, I'd buy, if you're going to bring this outside, you either tether this or get bigger legs, tripod legs that can fit on here, because you, as I said, you have got that 1/4 inch thread, female 1/4 inch thread, screw thread there, so you can get other tripod legs to put on there. Now I'm going to take a picture to show you, because with some of these selfie sticks, they mute the sound of the photo being taken. So we'll see if this one does the same. So it is all set up. So I'm going to press the shutter button, and it's took a picture, no problem, and you heard the sound. So I'm going to put it to video, and I'm going to press the shutter button again, and there's the sound, and I'm going to stop it, and that's the sound. So this one doesn't mute it. As I said, some mute the sound so you don't get the sound, but this one doesn't, so that's great. So I'm going to show you how it looks now on the floor standing, to show you how it is. Okay, now this is how it looks when it's floor standing. And as I says, and I've always said this, if you're going to use this outside, bring some string with you. Just bring some string with you, because you can tie it to here, tie it to a post or to a chair leg or a table leg to stop it from blowing over, because even though I'm this close, there is some shake in this. It is wobbling because the feet, what they provide with this particular one is quite small, so the footprint on the ground is very small. Now, because this has got the female 1/4 inch thread on there, like I said, you can actually buy longer tripod feet or tabletop tripod feet. You can actually buy and put on there, which can make this sturdy if you're going to be using that for that particular use. If you're using it indoors, I wouldn't have to buy the extra tripod legs. I wouldn't bother buying them, because it'd be all right indoors, especially on top of a work surface or a tabletop or a desk, etc. That's no problem with this. But for outside use, if you don't want to buy those extra tripod legs, which are more wider, then bring a piece of string with you. I suggest round about, I did say about 12 inches, I'd say about 20 inches in string length. Just curl it up, put it in your pocket, and then when you're ready to take a shot outside, just tie it in the middle here, and then tie it to a post, and then you'll be all right. Because if you get a gust of wind, it will blow this over if it's not tethered. If you tether it, it'll be all right. If you don't tether it, once you get a gust of wind, it will blow it over. Now, especially with the bigger phones, because this is an iPhone SE that's on there, which is a small phone, no problem. But bigger phones, which this can take up to the Maxes and the Pluses and the Samsung Galaxy XLs and whatever, it can take larger phones. Once that wind hits that phone, it will just blow it over. Right, so that's how it looks when it is actually floor standing or desk standing. That's how it will look. Now, a couple of things before I give. I'm going to change it from my opinion to my 2 pence worth. Now, a couple of things to note. The mount, there is rubber on the bottom of this mount and rubber at the top to hold in your phone, and it will hold large phones. So I'll say that. It will hold phones with cases on there, but beware of your case. If your case is really, really thick, your phone will be jutting out a bit. It might not hold it so good, but it can hold large phones. It is spring loaded. As you can see, it's spring loaded from the top, so that's good. Now, my 2 pence worth. I think this is an alright selfie stick tripod for the price. It is alright. There are better ones out there which I have tried, and made reviews of, which are better. Mpow is a good make, I give it that. It is a good make. and they have done, especially the iSnap, I think it's the iSnap Y series, is quite good, but they're not tripod like this at all. They're just plain selfie sticks. They're quite good and quite robust. So for me personally, for a tripod selfie stick, I will look for other ones that I would look in my videos of other ones and try them, because some of them are more robust, are more able to stand by themselves, even with a slight breeze. You won't get no trouble out of them. This one is if you're using it, going to be using it mainly indoors, then it is all right to use. The feel of it is a bit too plastic feel for me, but as I said, if you're going on holiday and you want to take shots indoors, or shots indoors and that, it's all right to take. And as I said, it's got a light at the top, and if you're going out for a nightclub or whatever, and ladies, you've got a bag which is big, which is, as I say, which is big. If you're bringing a nice, not a little clutch bag, but something slightly bigger than that, and you're going for a night out and that, or to a restaurant or whatever, with a low light situation, because it's got the extra light on top, it is great for that. And fellas, it is a, I would say, because I do get asked this, is it a man's kind of selfie stick? It is a man's kind of selfie stick as well. So you'd be all right, fellas, for that, especially for when you're going on holidays and that. So no problem with that. But as I said, there are better selfie stick tripods, which I have tested out there on my videos, which are a lot better, and I prefer the grips on them than to this. Anyway, if you happen to have one of these tripods from Mpow, the Mpow iSnap X1, please let us know down in the comment section what you thought of it and what your experiences with it, how long it lasted when you bought it to the time it fell apart. Let us know down in the comment section so we can all know. If you like this video, please leave a thumbs up. If you don't like this video, you can leave a thumbs down. Thanks for watching.